The speech pleased the Lord that Solomon had asked this thing. Verse 11. Then God said to him, because you have asked this thing, and have not asked long life for yourself, nor have asked riches for yourself, nor have asked the life of your enemies, but have asked for yourself understanding to this discern discern this is discern justice. Verse 12. Behold, I have done according to your words. See, I have give you a wise and understanding heart, so that there has not been any more like you before you, nor shall any like you arise after you. Verse 13. And I have also given you, what you have not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any one like you among the things all your days. Verse 14. So if you walk in my ways to keep my statutes and my commandments as your father David walked, then I will stop, man. Lengthen your days. Lengthen your days. Verse 15. Then Solomon awaked, and indeed it had been a dream, and he came to Jerusalem and stood before the ark of the covenant of the Lord, offered up burnt offerings, offered peace offerings, and made a feast for all his servants. I'm gonna smack in your head with this pen. Verse 16. Now 2 women who were Helots came to the king and stood before him. Verse 17. And one woman said, O my lord, this woman and I dwell in the same house, and I gave birth while she was in the house. Verse 18. Then it happened the 3rd day after I had given birth that this woman also gave birth, and we were together. No one was with us in the house except the 2 of us in the house. Verse 19. And this woman's son died in the night because she lay on him. Verse 20. So she rose in the middle of the night and took my son from my side while your maidservant slept, and laid him in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. Verse 21. And when I rose in the morning to nurse my son, there he was dead. But when I had examined him in the morning, indeed he was not my son whom I had born. Verse 22. Then other woman said, No, but the living one is my son, and the dead one is your son. And the first woman said, No, but the dead one is your son, and the living one is my son. Thus they spoke before the king. Verse 23. And the king said, The one says, This is my son who lives, and your son is the dead one, and the other says, No, but your son is the dead one, and my son is the living one. Verse 24. Then the king said, Bring me a sword. So they brought a sword before the king. Verse 25. And the king said, Divide. Hey, look at that. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Divide the living child in two, and give half to one and half to the other. Verse 26. Then the woman whose son was living spoke to the king for the Yarned. Yearned with compassion for her son, and she said, "O my Lord, give her the living child, and by no means kill him." But the other said, "Let him be neither mine nor yours," but divided him. Verse 27. So the king answered and said, "Give the first woman the living child, and by no means kill him. She is his mother." Verse 28. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had redeemed. Wait, rain. Redern. Redern. Rendered. Redern. Rendered, and they, feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to
Thanks to early detection, I beat prostate cancer. Now I rely on Medicare for ongoing checkups. So it burns me up that Congressman Bresnahan voted to cut Medicare to give tax breaks to billionaires. I want to be here for my grandchild. Rob Bresnahan should stand up for seniors.
You are looking at Julian's pronunciation guide, where we look at how to pronounce better some of the most mispronounced words in the world, like this other curious word. But how do you say what you're looking for today? Administer in British English.
Justice. Okay, now I'm going to do the verses. I'm doing 2 Samuel chapter 5 to verse 7. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion, that is the city of David. I'm doing 1 Kings chapter 6 to verse 7. Yeah. And the temple when it was being built was built with stone, finished at the
Welcome to How to Pronounce. In today's video, we'll be focusing on a new word that you might find challenging or intriguing. So without further ado, let's dive into today's word, quarry, which means a place where stone is extracted. Let's say it all together. Quarry. One more time.
quarry, so that no hammer or
Thanks to early detection, I beat prostate cancer. Now I rely on Medicare for ongoing checkups. So it burns me up that Congressman Bresnahan voted to cut Medicare to give tax breaks to billionaires. I want to be here for my grandchild. Rob Bresnahan should stand up for seniors.
We are looking at how to pronounce these words, and we'll be looking at how to say more confusing vocabulary, including fruit names, stating the Latin to learn more. Chisel.